Welcome back to the Undisputed Champ Sports Podcast. This is our WWE Smackdown live review. This is Preston. I am joined by Thumbs Up Tommy. Say what's up to the people.
Yo, let's get it. The A show is in the house. Come on, happy Halloween. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And if you guys could do us a favor, please hit the subscribe button. Share these videos with your friend. If you don't like what we're saying or do, hit us up in the comment section. We really appreciate you guys. Now, let's start with the A show this week. Start with the AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan situation. And I'm going to pass it over to Tommy, the representative for Smackdown Live. What did you think?
Oh, man. What a way to give me a treat, because I was sticking with my morals, because I'm actually not going to watch Crown Jewel, because one, I'm not a fan of what the hell happened politically over there, that a U.S. citizen was assassinated. Nice. But, and I'm not, not to get political, but I'm not blaming WWE on that for that, because I know it's not their fault. Mm-hmm. But I'm not going to support an event that's in a country that orchestrated the death of an American citizen via a trap. They trapped him in that freaking place. Anyway, and then also, just to be honest, the card for the show didn't really seem appeasing to me anyway. The only match that even piqued my interest in the slightest bit is the one that we had last night on Smackdown Live. So what a Halloween treat for me that I got to see the match and I could still boycott the show on Friday.
This show started off strong. This was amazing. And, I like the fact that these two are faces going against each other just for pure competition. That's one thing we haven't seen in a while. And I really appreciate all the dramatization that happens in these feuds, but this is one that's off of pure entertainment. And AJ Styles is like, Daniel Bryan, come out here. And they just went back and forth. And he's like, what'd he say? That Pele kick? I did it on purpose. And he's like, what'd he say? He's like, if I want to tell you the truth, then I want to punch you in the face for real right now. And then they basically just said that we can go ahead and fight right now. Shane McMahon came out once again with some fresh Jordans like he always do and sent out a referee and had the match happen. What did you think about this match?
Wow, what is there to what can you think of that's bad in this match? Like, it's easily a 5-star match, and I'm glad that they gave it quite a bit of time. They went on for at least 25 minutes, didn't they?
About 27 minutes, I think.
Like, I loved the psychology in the match, because off rip, Daniel Bryan was going for AJ's left arm, trying to soften him up for that yes lock. And then how does AJ retort? He goes for his left leg to soften him up for the calf crusher. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And and then I don't know, I'm pretty sure that you noticed, because we tend to notice on the subtle things. Mm-hmm. But being that they were in ATL, and they build AJ from Gainesville, Georgia, mm-hmm. AJ had the home field advantage. Granted, Daniel Bryan still got his cheers in, but half of the crowd was booing him because he was facing AJ Styles. And it's not that he was a heel, it's just that AJ had the home field advantage.
For real.
Now, I did notice Daniel Bryan did wrestle a little more aggressively attacking that arm, but, that still doesn't make him a heel.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Like, I'm glad you mentioned that, because I did notice that, too, that they both softened each other up for both of their submission moves, and it had, like, great psychology in this match. Like, they were both just trying to break each other down to the point where they can get this final move off, and I didn't think a lot of other people caught that. And overall, this was just a great match overall, man. These are two supreme athletes as far as SmackDown Live, and they did their thing, and I'm glad they got it early. And one thing I did appreciate, that it happened on SmackDown instead of on Crown Jewel. I don't think we would have got the match as long as we got it on SmackDown on Crown Jewel. I think that match would have been buried down in like 15, maybe 10 minutes on Crown Jewel, because of all the other stuff they got going on, like the World Cup tournament and the main event and all the other things. I'm glad it happened on SmackDown. I'm glad they gave it so much time to do what they did. And, man, like, I don't know, man. Like you said, I can't find nothing wrong with this. I can't. Like, not even joking.
Agreed. Like, I honestly feel that this was the right thing to do, not only because, the reason, for those that don't know, the reason why they did this was because Daniel Bryan just like John Cena decided to pull out of the
Mm-hmm.
show in the Middle East this Friday,
Mm-hmm.
for whatever reason, they didn't explain what the reason was that he decided to pull out, but I'm pretty sure it's for what upset me as well. In any case, yeah, it did the match a lot of justice because of the fact that it gave it the time that it deserved. It wasn't like it got rushed. And,
Absolutely.
just knowing that the Universal title was on the line on Friday, I agree with you 1000% in that they would have shorted this match and it would not have been as good as it was last night
Mm-hmm.
had it happened at the event on Friday.
And even if it would have been disrespectful too for this type of match to be an undercard. I think that completely
Facts.
disrespectful because like we already know this match is going to be 10 times better than the Braun and Brock match, regardless of what brand that belt is on as far as the Universal title. But this match was amazing, and then the match ended up with what, like I said before, they had to balance out the quota of Samoans. Samoa Joe came out at the end and basically choked out AJ. Well, basically choked out Dan Bryan first, right?
No, it
It was
was
AJ Styles.
AJ
It
first.
was AJ
And
first.
then what's his name? Daniel Bryan came in to try and save AJ, but he got choked out too. And mind you, just a bit of a what's it called? Clarification.
Mm-hmm.
Joe did not interrupt the match. He came after,
He came
you
after.
know. So, it was a great finish to the match. AJ Styles, what's his name? Daniel Bryan had him in the yes lock, and then he somehow reversed it. It looked like a triangle choke,
Mm-hmm.
and then he turned it into a Styles clash, and then from there he jumped into the calf crusher for the win. And honestly, I'm not even mad that Daniel Bryan lost. I'm just happy that we got to see this match and it wasn't at that event.
Oh, of course, man. Like it's not too many ways you could be mad at the way this match happened. Like you said, it's home field advantage. We already knew AJ Styles was going into Crown Jewel as the champion to go against someone else, whoever they had picked. And just the fact that
Mm,
they gave us a great match, and like you said, Samoa Joe came at the end, so he didn't interfere, so we don't feel like we got robbed of a good match, or at least a finish for a
mhm.
match. So I was glad that happened, but it was very surprising to see Samoa come back because we thought he was injured. So
I didn't know the severity of his injury, so I was shocked that he came back. And I'm actually shocked and glad that he came back because I was pulling for him to not have a lengthy injury period.
yeah, yeah, and I thought they were probably gonna go for the injury angle with DB because I saw DB holding the back of his neck a lot in the match, so I thought they were gonna be like, oh, Samoa Joe, this kind of pretty much injured him, so he can't go to Crown Jewel. But
No, he was favoring his knee as well after that suicide dive.
yeah, his knee too. Yep, absolutely. All right, so then after that great match, we had Biggie versus Cesaro in a trick or treat match, which was probably the funnest match I've seen in the entire week, maybe the entire month. We had we had the New Day coming out as the Brood. If you guys don't know who the Brood is, it's Edge and Christian and Gangrel. Go back and look it up in the Attitude Era, which who, in my personal opinions, have one of the best entrances of wrestling. Like to come up out of the ground with a whole circle of fire around you,
Facts.
that is amazing. They even came out with the cauldron with blood in it, and he even did the red mist during the intro. It was just amazing, man. What did you think about this match? I want to hear what you got to say about this.
I loved it because, I mean, first of all, it's a member of the New Day versus a member of the Bar, so you already know what kind of match you're gonna get.
Yep.
Second of all, the fact that it was a trick or street fight,
Mhm.
apparently a Halloween tradition in WWE, it just made it more fun because, they weren't confined by rules where they couldn't do certain things. So, it just opened up the match to a lot more freedom and a lot more innovation. So, yeah, it was just fun to watch overall.
Yeah, it was really fun to watch, and I think this is probably the best trick or street match I've seen in a long time because the New Day is the perfect people to do stuff like that. If you're doing anything that's like goofy, funny, including wearing costumes, the New Day is the perfect group to do that. The other trick or street matches were okay, but they were with people who just it was out of their character. It just felt weird. And the Bar,
Hmm.
especially Cesaro, these are two guys that they don't mind doing goofy stuff, so it made it that much more fun. And having people slammed on pumpkins through tables and things like like that. But we had Big E actually beat Cesaro in this match for the win, and I don't know if this means that they're not going to win that match at Crown Jewel, because usually whenever a team wins on the go home show, they usually don't win at the pay per view. But
Trust me, they're not gonna win.
yeah, I doubt it too. I doubt it too. I doubt it too. But overall, great match, great homage to the Brood. A lot of the crowd didn't know who they were. Oh well, it sucks to be y'all, but
For real,
it was cool.
you guys suck, but hey, more power to us old heads.
More power to us old heads. All right, so moving on to the next match. Oh man, we had a first time thing happen. Shinsuke Nakamura has the championship and finished a match against R-Truth. Like for the
When was
first
the
time
last
ever.
time that Shinsuke finished a match?
When he won the US championship.
Yeah, it's been a while,
That's been about
and
almost 2 months, I think.
almost 3 months.
Almost 3 months. Yep.
That's a shame.
Yeah, but we had a pretty good match here, man. I'm really impressed with R-Truth, man. Him being up in the upper 40s and still like he looks like he's in the wrestling looking like he's 20 something years old, and it's really crazy. that he's able
I've
to do
said this
that.
before, and I'll say it again. R-Truth is like he's one of those wrestlers like I would say put him in the same class as Gold Dust. That he's getting older, but he still can go.
Yeah, yeah. R-Truth could definitely go, but I think R-Truth is probably a lot more athletic than Goldust. But I get what you mean. I get the
Oh no,
analogy.
no, no. That's not denying that. But because Truth does some shit that Gold Dust can't dream of doing.
Hmm.
But
Yeah, yeah. I completely agree. And didn't he have like a 10-second dance part during this match, or did he not? Hello. All right, we're going through some technical difficulties right now. I'm about to message him right now. See what's going on. All right, we back, y'all.
yeah, technical difficulties. But in any case, as I was saying, R-Truth is still impressive, and week in and week out, every time that he has a match, it just shows you. For anybody wondering why R-Truth is still employed by WWE, watch his matches, please.
Facts. Absolutely, man.
Plus, plus that dance break in the middle of it was just icing on the cake.
Yeah, that was, man. I love those 10-second dance breaks, man.
Oh my
It's
God.
so random. It's like the funny version of the RKO. You don't know when it's coming, and when it happens, it's just
Yes.
like the best thing ever, man. And this match was really, really good. It was a really good match. I'm glad Shinsuke finally got to
hmm
finish. He obviously kept the title. He beat R-Truth,
hmm
and yeah, that's all we gotta say about that. I don't know where they're going with Shinsuke Nakamura's story, but it is what it is.
Mm,
But we
I don't
also.
know. Like,
Mhm.
I am just upset right now because it's been almost 3 months. Give this man a meaningful feud, man. It's that U.S. title has become worthless at this point.
Yeah, it's pretty much a paperweight at this point. Like,
Facts. And I mean that's pretty much all it's good for right now, just holding down paper. And aside from that, I just want to, because I don't recall if these segments were before or after the matches we just talked about,
you
but
talking about the
I just
Shane
kind of
one?
want to. Yeah, the Shane one. Was it
Hmm.
before or after these matches?
That one was before this match. The one with Becky was actually after this match.
Yeah, and then also the one where AJ confronted Paige and demanded the match against Joe at
Yeah.
Friday's event.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But yeah, I thought it was interesting how the sibling rivalry between the McMahon siblings continues, and it basically is affecting the talent pool of SmackDown Live because Shane O'Mac, the cool sibling,
Mm-hmm.
pulled a Stephanie because what he said sounds like something Stephanie would say.
It did.
He said basically, whichever one of you four makes it to the final round, if you lose, don't bother coming back. He basically said, if you lose, you're fired.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like that old school thing when the parents tell you to go out there and fight somebody, and if you get beat up and come back, I'm about to whoop your butt too. Like it's almost like that. But I don't get it, because it's like, okay, so when he said you're not coming back here, does that mean they're going to Raw, or does that mean they're going to 205, or where are they going? Are they fired? Like, what is it?
I mean, the firing implication is obvious, but where they land, really it depends on who's in the final round. Like, it could be someone that goes straight to Raw. We'll see after the fact, because I'm pretty sure, like I said, I'm not gonna watch the show, but my phone is gonna be notifying me on Friday what happens.
Yeah, I'm hoping Randy isn't going to Raw. They can SmackDown and keep Randy. But anyways, after that, we basically and then with the AJ match, that was pretty cool. I just hope Joe does win the chip, because if not, then we're doing this all over again for what?
For nothing.
For nothing. After this Shinsuke match, we had the Becky Lynch promo where she promised to rip Ronda Rousey's arm off, basically at Survivor Series. This was a great promo.
Stone Cold Becky.
Stone Cold Becky, bro. Like,
she is so hot. No, but in any case, I mean, like, just being professional here, I love the promo because it just shows how she has grown into this anti-hero tweener character that she's in now. Like, I mean, like, her character hasn't changed much because she's still the Irish lass, or the uncensored version, ass kicker.
Mm-hmm.
And, she's just being more bold about it. That's all it is. And I think it's great because it's like, why be all humble and nice when people don't take you serious because of that?
Mm-hmm. I absolutely agree with you, man. And I thought that was cool that she was like, I'm not finna come up here and talk to you about TV shows. I'm not cosplaying. I'm like, whoa, like, she basically took shots at the Bellas, but at the same time taking a shot at Ronda Rousey. And I think that's the best promo I've heard somebody have against Ronda Rousey, which is great. And it's just smart. It's like two of the biggest women right now in WWE as far as their respective brands. And I'm not talking about skill wise. I'm just talking about as far as their popularity. And that, I hope this match is the main event. I really do. Just for the
what? You know what the highlight of that promo was for me?
What's that?
When Becky said, "Ronda, you like to call yourself the baddest woman on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
What planet?"
Oh yeah. She said, "What planet?"
Oh my God, that was hilarious. I loved it.
If Ronda don't come on Raw and tell her what planet she from, Ronda, you trash. You gotta let her know, bro.
She gotta say something now. She can't stay quiet on that.
She gotta go study her solar system, bro.
Yeah, I love how she just questioned what everybody's been saying for months. Oh, the baddest one on the planet. What planet are you talking about? Like, I love that.
Absolutely. And
oh my God.
That was a great segment. And before we go into our main event, we skipped one more segment. For you guys that are listening, this is my fault because I'm taking notes this week. We don't have Carmine here. I'm all over the place. We had the one segment where Paige tried to ask Charlotte to be the leader of Team Smackdown for the Survivor Series for the women, and Charlotte basically said, "I don't think I'm the woman to do this job." So now we got low self-esteem Charlotte. It's just kind of funny, but I hope it's not
so much low self-esteem, but humbled Charlotte.
Yeah, humbled Charlotte. Yeah, she don't think she's the woman. She don't think she's the one. Keep it that way for a long time. Keep Charlotte long away from that championship belt. Let Becky move on.
As long as possible, please.
As long as possible. From what I'm hearing, I heard there was rumors that they're probably trying to get her to go to Raw so she could face Ronda at WrestleMania. So, I mean, if that's true and you guys put another belt on her again, that's not solving the issue. That's just going to make her the same person on Raw. But that's neither here nor there. But, all right, so the final match we had Rey Mysterio and Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton and The Miz. Randy Orton and The Miz are matching that night. And you put the two obvious high flyers together, which was a good idea. What did you think about this match?
It kind of got off to a slow start, but overall it was a fun match.
It was. Absolutely.
Like, the especially like the last, I would say 5, maybe 7 minutes of it was a lot of fast-paced action.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's always good to see Ray go ahead and do what he does best. And same thing with Jeff Hardy. So, they picked up the win, and that's the go-home angle for the tournament on SmackDown side. Yeah,
that was the end of it. That was a really it was an absolutely fun match. With 4 people that a lot of people like, a bunch of veterans in the ring. So, yeah. And
then Randy Orton RKO's everybody.
Then he RKO's everybody, which I loved. Because I'm like, yeah, Randy, like, you just being a little too nice. Especially when The Miz had that segment when he was cracking jokes on people before they found out that if they get fired. He called Rey Mysterio a Power Ranger. And when he called Jeff Hardy somebody from Backstreet Boys or from NSYNC or something like that.
Yeah, and then he said, Randy Orton's just cool.
Yeah,
I'm
Randy was
like,
looking at him
yo,
like
you coward.
Randy was looking at him like, all right, look, you got jokes, but come on, you know what I do out here. But
He's
yeah,
like, yo, you about to get your earlobe ripped.
yeah, he gonna do something to that cartilage. But overall, and Becky, now she's called "I'm the Man." That's what her shirt says now. Becky Lynch, you are in a professional environment. Do not tell us what you do with your boyfriend at home. We do not need to know what your sexual activities are. You saying you the man is not our business. Keep it to yourself.
Hey, man. Hey, what she does with Cool Hand Luke, that's her business.
That's her business, absolutely. But what would you give SmackDown if you had to give it a grade? Which you do have to give it a grade.
I would give it an A.
Yeah. Okay.
An A for the A show.
A for the A show. This week, I'll definitely give SmackDown an A. I'll second that. It was fun. The first match started out really good. You had a fun match in between. The last match wasn't bad, but it wasn't as good as the first two matches, but it fit in really well, and I love this episode of SmackDown. What a great go-home show. Raw, take notes.
No, and overall, like, not just the match quality, but just the way that things happened on the show. You had an angle that was supposed to culminate this Friday close. At least we think it's closed. Then a new one started. But then that can lead to a new angle between the three of these men, Joe, Styles, and Bryan, after the event on Friday. Then you also have, the seeds being planted of Charlotte doubting herself. Also, you have the incentive, because now, at least on SmackDown, now the World Cup actually has something that means something, because let's be real, that trophy that they're going to win is about as worthless as Braun Strowman's greatest Royal Rumble belt.
You know what I just thought? I just got what you said. You know what I think would be is crazy, that if Samoa Joe do win the championship at Crown Jewel, going into Survivor Series on SmackDown side, everybody that has a belt is a heel. Or Becky's heel-ish, but she's
a tweener.
She's a tweener. So, but if you think about it overall, you got Shinsuke Nakamura, you have Samoa Joe, you have Zabar, and then you have Becky Lynch. And then on Raw side, they depending on who they drop the tag titles to, all of them will be faces on their side. So if you think about it, that's kind of interesting. But overall, we both give it an A. SmackDown is the A show this week. I have to give it to him, no matter how much it hurts me to say that. But, it is what it is. Thank you guys for watching this or listening to this, depending on what medium you're using. Please hit that subscribe button. Share this. Let us know what you guys think in the comment section. This is Preston. That is Thumbs Up Tommy. You guys have a good day.